На этот раз наш многоуважаемый гость будет выступать уже онлайн, поэтому внимание на экран. Для вас выступает доцент кафедры государственного и муниципального управления Национального университета Тайнаня, страна Тайвань. Ну что ж, Hsien-Li Zeng специально для вас. Подключите.
Hi, good morning, good evening. This is Hsien-Li Zeng, and today's speak Ken Wang will present 20 minutes from Taiwan's experience. So let's give a welcome to Ken.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Hsien-Li Wang, the Director General of Ministry of Digital Affairs in Taiwan. And I'm glad to have this opportunity to share our view on zero trust security model in Taiwan. In my presentation, I will first describe why it is necessary for us to embrace zero trust architecture. They will consist of the mission of our ministry, the text of the digital program we are implementing, the data governance we have been focusing, and the cybersecurity incident we are facing. Those will show why we need to stronger protect our data assets. And the second part is our process of adopting ZTA. They will include zero trust concept and architecture, the meaning and our approach for adopting three zero trust architectural core mechanisms, and the timetable for us to adopt them. Now I would like to start the first part. As you may know, that Ministry of Digital Affairs in Taiwan, or MODA, was established last August last year. This slide shows the organizational structure of our ministries. There are three units responsible for government digital services and cybersecurity, which are the Department of Digital Services, Administration for Cybersecurity, and the National Institute of Cybersecurity, or NICE. The mission of Department of Digital Services is to guide agencies at all levels in taking advantage of digital technology to provide convenient services, strengthen governance performance, increase digital inclusion, and revamp government digital services. The mission of Administration for Cybersecurity is to formulate the national cyber policies and to execute them, to coordinate cybersecurity plan and manpower allocation across government and public entities, evaluate cyber practice, manage incident response, plan cyber defense mechanisms, promote the cyber threat detection, and so on. The mission of NICE is to research and develop cybersecurity technologies, promote the application, technology transfer, and the industry's university collaboration services, assist government agencies to and the critical infrastructure in responding to major cybersecurity incidents, etc. Regarding the digital government implementation, MODA has the responsibility to coordinate with other central government agencies. As to local government, MODA can also cooperate with them by providing with budgets and technological support. Through those coordination and cooperation, MODA can assist the entire digital government to develop in the same directions. This is our DigiPlus plan from 2021 to 2025. In line with this plan, we have launched the Digital Government Initiative. We call it the Digital Government Program 2.0. It consists of three goals and one fundamental. Basically, this program are to promote data governance. That is to use open data, big data, and my data to create an open and innovative smart government, because we believe data governance accelerates the digital transformation. The concept of Digital Government Program 2.0 is to take data as a core, linking government services with the needs of the people, and constructing a public-private cooperation governance model. Of these three data types, the one we need to protect the most is my data and its applications. According to the content of the strategy 4 in previous slide, government should use data as a foundation to establish accurate digital services for individuals. That means with the individual's informed consent, the government should transmit the my data from data provider to service provider for providing more accurate, personalized digital services to the individuals. For example, the banks, security companies, and the insurance companies can provide their customers with personalized digital services without the need for paper supporting documents, but instead to obtain electronic supporting documents through the My Data platform. So far, there are 21 banks with 56 digital services are provided. The services include credit card online application, online account open, online application for loans, etc. This is the scenario of credit loan application. The applicants informed consent to allow their own data of household registration, property, and the labor insurance to be transferred to the online system of bank through the My Data platform. In this way, the application can be completed in 15 minutes. The banks are also happy because they don't need to check the correctness of electronic document as they previously did with paper document, because those electronic data directly come from the authorities such as the Ministry of Interior, Finance, and Labor. From April 2022 to now, more than 130 personal data sets have been released and used by more than 560 online services via My Data platform with the individual's informed consent. Therefore, My Data platform should be well protected because so much personal data is transmitted through it. On the other hand, all the large personal data sets and the related system should be protected because so much personal data is stored in them, such as the household system and data, labor insurance system and data, cadastral system and data, etc. However, security incidents happens from time to time. Here are the example of national health insurance data and the household data breaches. The worst thing is that sometimes it was not clear how and when the data was leaked. In addition, Taiwan continues to suffer from many overseas cyber attacks, so it should continue to introduce better methods to protect data and critical systems. These systems and data should be more protected in terms of access control security. According to the statistic on security incidents of public agencies, there were many incidents every year, and the number of level 2 and level 3 incidents continues to increase. Analysis found that the major reasons are weak passwords, unpatched vulnerabilities, and poor website design. The traditional networks model have faced information security challenges with the cloudification of data and services, user mobility, and diversification of access devices. However, the traditional network architecture is to build a hierarchical network first and then add security controls. The security deployment is limited by the hierarchical network architectures. And traditionally, the network threat models is based on trust boundaries, where access inside the boundary is trusted and the access outside the boundary is untrusted. But many attacks come directly or indirectly from within the trust boundaries, and the formation of boundaries is becoming more and more difficult in the complex network environment. The above challenges make maintaining information security even more difficult. That's why our president states that the agencies holding nationally significant personal data should adopt stronger security measures. The zero and the zero trust architecture should be used to strengthen the security of data transmission and the data access. What is our process for adopting ZTA in order to meet our president's expectations? First, we need to clarify the concept. From our perspective, zero trust means breaking through the security challenges of traditional network model to protect data access. There are 3 points. First, not to secure network access, but to focus on protecting data and application access. Second, there are no strict boundaries. User or devices and the data or applications are everywhere. Third, any data access will not be trusted and must be continually authenticated. Our slogan is never trust, continue verifying. This is the complete zero trust login process scenario we would like to introduce to our agencies. The whole idea is that when receiving an access request, the device health and the identity must be authenticated. Then combined with the threat intelligence to match a trust level, resulting in a trust score. And after comparing the score with the condition allowing setting, the decision controller can decide whether or not whether to allow or deny the request. The status of those blue items must be continuous updates and verifying. There are some detailed settings described in the following slides, starting with access gateway. Access gateway plays a role of resource control. Therefore, we have to adjust firewalls so that to assure every access to the IT system must be through the access gateway. And we have to use reverse proxy to hide the network paths of the internal server and IT systems, or so-called replying party. The second one is resource portal-based deployment, referring to the NIST zero trust architecture. The resource portal-based deployment method includes 3 core mechanisms. The identity authentication with multi-factor authentication and assertion. The device authentication with device identification and health management. And the trust inference with user scenario trust inference mechanisms. As to these 3 core mechanisms, for identity authentication, we want it to be a passwordless 2-factor method that includes FIDO2 to identify the user, and to provide an assertion with signature and encryption by providing an API library to enable the agency's IT system to decrypt and verify the authentication assertion to ensure its confidentiality and integrity. These are some examples of the EIDs in Taiwan. The orange one in the middle combines citizen certificates with FIDO2 to provide a secure mobile identification mechanism. This identification method is what we prefer to use in ZTA. As to the device authentication, it will based on the public key technology to generate keys and the certificates through TPM, the Trust Platform Modules, or agents to complete device registration and authentication. And the device health should be continuous monitoring and to calculate the device health trust level according to the device health status. As to the trust inference, it would calculate the trust score for each access of the usage scenario for decision support and to determine the access privilege. The trust score is calculated based on the identity and the device authentication, which I described in the previous slides, and also the device health, IP address, login time, etc. This is the process we are planning to adopt DTA into agencies. The process could be divided into 3 phases: planning, construction, and validation. The planning phase consists of selecting the information system and the resource planning. The construction phase consists of procurement and resource preparation, process design, DTA component deployment, influence with existing identity authentication system, information systems setup, and the network configuration adjustment. The validation phase is to evaluate the DTA and the platform compliance verification. According to our Cybersecurity Management Act, there are 47 Class A central government agencies. Those agencies will be the ones we are asking to adopt DTA in the first phase from 2023 to 2024. As shown in the figures in the upper part of this slide, we certify the commercial product of the 3 DTA mechanisms in 2021, 2022, and 2023, and introduce the trial runs in the following years, respectively. Therefore, as shown in the lower half of this slide, we will gradually adopt them into 3 Class A agencies this year and to another 27 next year, according to the result of the trial run. And that is all for the introduction of DTA adoption. And this slide is an introduction to another part, the T role, the Taiwan role, which is used for ensuring the transmission security. The slides show the architecture of our T role. And T role is a secure data exchange network based on the government virtual private network. It allows agencies to transmit their data with standard open API format through their superior military level data centers. And with the advantage of T-role and the Zero Trust architecture, agencies can enhance the identification and the protection of data during transmission and access. It can also be combined with other network security protection mechanisms to enhance overall network resilience. And that is my presentation. Thank you for listening.